My name's J.C. McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
What time is it? It's time to get hip and get a grip with your councilwoman rJo Winch, and I'm here tonight with Pastor Daryl McCauley and the lovely Lady McCauley, and we have some topics for you all tonight. Y'all gonna want to call in, but we don't get that set up yet. But you can email me at rjowinch@yahoo.com, and we will definitely get back to you. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about child support. Then we'll get into some friendlier topics about the Double Dutch competition that we're going to be bringing to you all May the 12th in 2018. So, Pastor McCauley, let's continue on with that child support conversation we were having. We said a lot of people are having different conversations and different questions about the child support issue, what they should do, who they should get in contact with.
Well, the topic of child support right now is a big elephant that's on our tables right now. We know that in the church, we deal with individuals on a spiritual level, but once they leave outside the church, we know that they have a lot of issues that affects their quality of life. And in my congregation, I have some parishioners who have that issue, and they're just we've come together and collaboratively we're putting together a think tank so we can bring people in and some much needed questions they've had about issues they've had with the courts, some unfulfilled experiences they've had. Mm-hmm. We're going to come in on March 23rd, sit down and have a representative from the actual court come in, and we're going to address those issues.
Well, I know what my question is that I want to make sure that get addressed. I'm going to ask the young lady when she comes in, if people cannot pay child support, why do you lock them up? Because once you lock them up, now they got child support, back child support, then they got a criminal record, then they got to come out of prison, then they can't get a job, so they still can't pay child support. Do they go back to jail?
Right, I agree with that. I agree with that, but Sis rJo, my issue is this. It's quite simple. If you cannot afford to have children, why do you keep having children?
Because it's recreational. They ain't
yeah. And then my thing, and let this go on the record. See, I have an issue with guys who like to keep scorecards about how many children they have.
Oh, wow.
And then what really needs to be clarified is actually how many children are you helping and assist and support.
No, how many of the children you help birth are you actually taking care of?
Right, because as a father, I could say this. Whenever my wife leaves the house, I applaud when she come back home because taking care of children is a full-time job. So for all of the women out there who have the issues of trying to bring up a child by themselves, financially support the child by themselves, ethically support the child, and then also provide positive discipline, this will be a time for you to really say, I need your help. And for the men that are out there, and I did say for the men out there,
Mom,
it's time for you to step up and just man up.
Yeah, and I want to say, congratulations to the men out there who fill the role of Mr. Mom. Because there are some men who have actually gotten custody of their children and are raising them, and some of them are raising girls too.
Right.
So, that's a doubly tough job. Right. If you're a father, you got to raise a girl. If you're raising a boy, you know what to do. Right. You're raising a girl, well, it's trial and error. You're trying to figure that out. Right. And so this is also going to be a session for you on March 23rd at 49 Charter Oak Avenue at the church
Greater Joy Mission Church, the church where we address the issues.
All right, there you go. And then Lady Carrie, tell us about, the whole thing about Double Dutch. We gave our citations last segment for Double Dutch. That was wonderful. But what about, you want to chime in on the child support first?
Piggyback off of the child support first. And you mentioned as far as, there are some men that, take care of their children.
Yeah, my nephew is one.
Right. And then you said they take care, girls, the dads taking care of the girls, just like the moms taking care of the boys.
Right.
And dad is not stepping up, to be there, for those boys because us as mothers, we can't teach boys how to be men.
Exactly.
So that's when the fathers come in, and it's really sad that we have some fathers that don't play that role, as far as teaching their boys how to be men. Right. And then that's where issues come. That's
But
what
maybe that's a whole segment that we should have right there. That maybe they don't know how to be men. Maybe they don't know what a responsible father should do, would do. How a responsible father, can help take care of the children. You always think that it's mom's responsibility to take care of the kids, but as a man and a father, maybe they need some lessons on how to make that happen. So maybe that could be, we do the child support issue, and then right behind that, we talk to some men who want to be good fathers and maybe just don't know what they can do.
Right. See, I addressed it as a historian in the African American community. We're talking in the past 300 years. We know that the concept of family was something that we held near and dear to us because we knew at any time it could be taken away from us. The fact that we could be disjointed from the family, that the children could be taken away, that the very spouse could be taken away. So now we must ask the question, and we're coming to Black History Month. This is a time where we can reflect and say, what has happened where the value of the American family, Black American family, is losing its value? And for us as men, I just feel there should be a stronger sense of accountability. And it starts with our leadership, our pastors in our church, because our young men emulate us.
No, exactly. Everybody has a model, a role model, somebody that they look up to, somebody that they model their behavior after. So you can't ask me mine because I got like 9,000 people. I got a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from everybody who I run into and that I meet. And I think that no conversation, it doesn't even matter what the age group is, because children teach me things daily. So it doesn't even matter the age. We all can learn, and we all continue to learn. So I'm like, once I stop learning, I'm gonna stop living, because I'm done. I gotta continue to learn. It doesn't matter who you are. I can learn from you. Whether I get good lessons or bad lessons, I'm going to learn. And when I learn, then it's what I do with that knowledge. That's what's basically important. And before I forget, I want to thank our producer, Jason McCauley, for always, giving us an opportunity to provide valuable information to you. We hope that the information is valuable, that you can use it, share it with your friends, and come back to Access TV and join us often, because we always going to have something hot on the agenda for you to listen to. So come back in a minute. We'll stay right here. Keep it locked on Channel 8, accesstv.org.
Hello, I'm J. Stan McCauley, and I'm exploring a run for mayor of the city of Hartford in the 2019 election. It's undeniable that Hartford has many challenges. However, I believe that our residents are our strength. The question is, do you believe, like I do, in the potential of Hartford? You see the many assets the city has, but do you wonder, as I do, why we're still struggling to move ahead? Do you wonder why the solutions being offered to us just don't seem to get the job done? Well, creating a vibrant city begins with you. We have incredible people who live in the city, who have great solutions to Hartford's biggest challenges. But you don't always have a platform to have your ideas heard, let alone given an opportunity to co-create solutions that work for you, that work for us, that work for Hartford. Hartford's journey will be bumpy, and we'll continue to face highs and lows that challenge us to work smarter and come together as a community that is willing to capitalize on the power of our collective diversity of thought. The challenges facing Hartford will require each of us to act, whether in small ways or big ones. If you're with us on this journey, give me a call at 860-944-9797 and host a listening event for me. Invite a few of your friends so we can explore the possibilities together for a better Hartford.
What time is it? It's time to get hip and get a grip. With your Councilwoman rJo Winch, we thank you all for coming back and tuning in often to channel 8 on accesstv.org. So just want to remind you and recap a little bit about what we were talking about earlier about the child support. I guess we'll call it a seminar, whatever. It's tentatively scheduled for March the 23rd at 49 Charter Oak Avenue between the hours of 10 and 2 p.m. here in your gracious city of Hartford. So all of you who have those child support questions, why I have to go to court, why does he pay this amount, why does he not pay more, all those questions come out. We're going to have the child support expert right here in this location to be able to answer all of your questions. All of you have some great comments about it. We like to hear from you too. You know, it can't be all bad. You know, somebody got to have some good things about child support court. I don't know what, but somebody, you know, at least I can go get my check. I don't know. At least it's enough to take care of the kids. I don't know. You know, whatever that is. But if you had to share some good stories, like if it wasn't for the child support court, my child would not have gotten whatever, you know, that is. And this is not only for women, this is for men too. You know, because I know a couple of good men, you know, who actually have custody of their children and they go visit the mom, you know, and the dad has custody. So it's either way. The parent is the parent. Just because you have a baby don't make you a parent, you know. It make you, I don't know, a sperm donor.
Right. I would probably say, though, most of the people that I've spoken to in regards to the topic of child support, the unfortunate fact is that most of the people that go down who are the petitioners, the emptiness that they feel when they go down and they feel like their case is not being heard.
Right.
It just appears to me, based on my observation, it seems like the gentlemen who are trying, the courts seem to be harsh on them. The children that pretty much just rebuff the system and say, tell you what, come try me, it seems like they give them more second chances, third chances, whatever the case may be. So just based on my observations, I mean, other people may feel a little different, but it just appears like that to me. I know gentlemen who are actually working full-time jobs, but they feel that any time they can be apprehended at work and taken into custody and for whatever the case may be. But then again, I know some guys that they wouldn't, as they used to say, they wouldn't work on a pie train with custard wheels, and they'll look at it even but they can get a court order that they pay $5 and they refuse to give it for whatever the case may be. So I think this is a forum that we want to give individuals a time to ask, you know, representatives from the courts and express to them some of the stories of this is the horror and the emotional abuse that they may feel when they come down and try to work with the system.
Well, absolutely. But let's keep it real. You can't want to go to the court and they say, well, who's the father? I don't know.
Right.
Where does he live? I don't have his address. No, you need to provide them the information so they can work for you.
It's a partnership,
you know, because they want to work for you, but you got to give them the information, you know, that they need. When the last time you seen Kwame? I don't know.
Right.
You know, you saw him last night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You need to give them that information. And I always tell women, you know what? Put your baby's father on child support while the relationship is going good.
Right.
Because when the relationship fall apart, it's going to be hard, and that's when you end up having to try to go to court to get what it is that you need. And for those who provide for children, if you don't give them a money order or you don't say this is child support, sorry, that's a gift. So that information I'm going to give you to let you know. If you don't do that, the court said that's a gift. That's not child support. You could bring grocery every week. They're going to say thank you for your gift. So you got to put it in a money order, go to the bank, get a money order, put child support on it, and give it to her. Or whatever you bring, grocery on the receipt, let them know you bought groceries, this child support. That way they know that you intended for that to be, you know, your child support payment for that month, that week, or whatever that is. Otherwise, they're going to say, oh, well, thank you for the gift. Now, what are you going to do about the child support? So it's just a lot of things that we don't know. And so hopefully we'll have these subject matter experts there, and they'll be able to answer. I don't know if they can answer all of your questions, but hopefully they'll be answer most of your questions. And then whatever questions they can't answer immediately, hopefully they'll go back to work, look it up, and then come back to us, and that'll be segment number 2. You know, to come back with some of your questions. But do come out and do be engaged and ask those questions. If not for yourself, for somebody else that you might know.
And I'm looking forward to that. That forum, because, you know, I mean, I have experience, what a lot of the women, is experiencing now. And I am one of those women that has been very discouraged. Every time I go down there, and in which, I feel that, we really shouldn't have to go down there to, as they said, oh, why you got to go down there and why you just can't? No, because you can't do what you can't do what you're supposed to do, and it's really sad that we have to go down there, and you can't take it upon yourself to take care of the kid. But there's plenty of times that I've went down there and I felt I just felt so discouraged. I felt like I didn't want to go back, but I said, you know what? That's just a trick of the enemy, and I'm not going to stop going back because people have to own up to their responsibilities, especially too when you made these kids. You have to take care, of these kids. Exactly. And so I'm really looking forward, to this because I feel that I need some answers. Because I feel that I while I was down there, I wasn't given, the answers. I felt like I was just alone. I felt like I didn't have no support. And then it's also sad when men, the fathers, they want to go running down to the state and before they pay to take care of their kid because they think it's about you, right. But it's not about you. Not about you, it's about the child. Exactly. They prefer not to work. Because they feel that, I'm taking care, her man and everything, but it's not, that's not the case. It's taking care of you. You're not there. So the least that you can do, these kids, they from the time that they born, they need stuff from Pampers to wipes to sneakers, and they grow so fast. So they're always needing, and the older they get, the bigger the check. Exactly. And also too, $50, that's not a whole lot, but it'll help out. It'll help out. But I'm looking forward, to this, and I'm hoping that, this forum will open up, this doors and some closure, for some that at least women have an understanding exactly of the system, for men and women. And it's important because my husband, like Pastor was saying, that this is stuff that's going on in our churches. Right. It's going on nationwide. It's going on, and and it's not a secret. And we have people sitting, in our congregations that's going through, and this is real life stuff. Yeah, and we're not able to help without having the information. Exactly. So we just want folks to know that, we are transparent, even though we are, we're leaders and pastors and first ladies and, council women, we are transparent. Oh, absolutely. And we are for the people and to provide whatever help that it is to be able, you know what I'm saying? No, I do. So, I fully understand. I was having a conversation with somebody today and I'm like, listen, I don't know why everybody else is on the city council, but I got elected to serve the people who sent me to work. Yeah. That's the Hartford residents, the Hartford businesses, anything that's connected to Hartford. Whatever is in the best interest of those who sent me to work, then that's where I am. If the other 8 people I sit are not there, that got nothing to do with me. I came here and I said, so help me God, I will work for the residents of this city. That's what I mean. Right. So no matter what it is, if it might not be something popular, it don't matter. If it's important to the people, it's important to me. And I'm going to make sure that I speak up on your behalf. So get to the double Dutch. On a good note. Yeah, we're going to. That's not a good note. No, that's a good note. On a better note. We're going to end up on the state double Dutch competition. Yes. Oh, okay. So on May 12th, we're going to be having hosting our first state double Dutch competition in over 20 years here in the city of Hartford on May 12th. It's going to take place at the YMCA on 444 Albany Avenue, the Wilson Gray YMCA, and we haven't had a competition in over 20 years, and this is going to be a really big deal. And we're looking for sponsors, and we also have a GoFundMe page. Yep, we got a GoFundMe page, and I'm gonna get it right this time. It's www.gofundme, and once you go on the Look it up, Google it. Search for State Double Dutch Competition, and please, we need your support. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, we want to bring Double Dutch back," and "Oh, what happened to Double Dutch?" This is your opportunity and your chance to come out and to support.
And then on February 3rd, we have a fundraiser to raise money to buy uniforms for our children who parents are financially challenged and cannot purchase the uniform. So as a part of the committee, we want to be able to fund those uniforms. So we're gonna have a fundraiser. Everybody like fish sandwiches. I can get 5. Y'all can call me. Listen, we're gonna have a competition. Don't tell them. We're gonna have a competition.
I'm ready.
Y'all call me 860-462-5063. Buy y'all fish sandwiches from me. So the person who get the most money from the fundraiser, we're gonna have a gift for them. So listen, y'all call me. Don't call them.
Can I add one thing also with the Double Dutch competition?
Yeah, and tell them where the fundraiser is going to be.
The fundraiser is actually going to be here, but I like to say, tip of the hat to the advisory team, and let this go on the record. One of the most beautiful things as a pastor is that our advisory board has about 12 different members on it that belong to different congregations. But it's such a beautiful thing just to see everybody working in harmony. And that's the way the faith-based community should be, coming together. Everybody, we know that people have different allegiances to different houses of worship, but when it's time to come together as a community, we represent what's in the best interest of working together as a group. So we're just happy for everyone, for all the hard work, for the sacrifices that they're coming down during the week, for the practices, for all the coaches, for our councilwoman adding this to her very busy schedule. And I'm just so proud of everybody showing this is the way a community comes together, put down their personal issues, and working together in the best interest of the greatest investment that we have in our community, which is our kids.
All right, so tell your friends, tell your neighbor, tell your sister and them, tell your Facebook friends, your Snapchat friends, your friend, your brother and them. Tell everybody. Make sure that they're watching accesstv.org. Get hip and get a grip. Come out on the 23rd for the child support seminar, and make sure that you go to the GoFundMe site, State Double Dutch Competition. Make sure it's the State Double Dutch Competition, because there's another one. Don't get it mixed up. Make sure that it's the Connecticut State Double Dutch Competition. I don't care if it's $10 you can pay. We need every $10, $50, $20 that you can pay to help make this event a great success. We want our children to be uniformed, want them to look good like other cities are coming in. They're going to be unified. We want our children to look unified too. We understand the challenges that we have here in Hartford, but you can help us make this a great success. But you already know, keep it locked every week on accesstv.org channel 8. We'll see you next time.